The country thought the morning was over, but Bondo isn't just quiet reflection anymore. It is political theater. One side, Raila Junior says everyone is welcome. On the other side, Gladys Wanga is drawing a red line, not Gachagua. And in that split second, a funeral turned into a fight for political control.
We heard yesterday that Gachagua and his team were supposed to pay homage to the home of Raila Odinga. We urge Gachagua, never, don't step in Bondo.
It happened on Wednesday, October 22nd, during the Kikuyu Council of Elders' condolence visit to the Odinga home in Bondo. Raila Junior stood before the elders, calm, respectful, and said, everyone is welcome to come and pay their respects. It sounded like a gesture of national healing, a symbolic bridge across old political divides. The statement reflected his father's lifelong message: reconciliation, inclusivity, dialogue.
Tumeshukuru sana nyinyi wazee wa kwenu vile mmefika huko Bondo, na tunakaribisha watu wengine pia wote wakuja huko Bondo. Wanaweza omba na sisi na kukuja kutembelea grave ya mzee.
But in Kenya, timing is everything, because just hours earlier a very different tone had already been set by his own party chairperson.
Rigathi Gachagua mocked Raila's illness and asked whether he was a virus and whether Kalonzo was a bacteria. And therefore, we note now that anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk, like Kahiga, cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends.
The Kikuyu Council of Elders trip to Bondo was historic in itself. Led by India Member of Parliament George Kariuki, they came bearing 9 bulls, a traditional gesture of deep respect and condolence. They stood at Raila's graveside, laid wreaths, observed silence, and praised his role in Kenya's democracy. Symbolically, it was powerful. The Kikuyu elders standing in Luo land, a gesture that spoke of unity beyond politics. And it was in that atmosphere that Raila Junior's inclusive message landed, an olive branch, unprompted, unforced. But while he opened the door, someone else was quietly closing it.
Asanteni sana kwa kuja kuomba na sisi, kukua na sisi, na tumeshukuru sana yenu kukua huko. Kama Kenya moja, Kenya ni jamii moja.
Don't step in Bondo, as your statements are not very friendly to us as ODM.
At around 8 a.m. that same day in Kisumu, Gladys Wanga held a press briefing as ODM chairperson. She condemned Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for mocking Raila's health and backing Governor Mutahi Kahiga's cruel remarks. Then she went further. Anyone associated with Gachagua or Kahiga should be treated as an adversary. Her message was clear. ODM does not forgive easily. That instantly clashed with the open invitation coming from Bondo. 2 statements, same day, same political family, opposite directions, and suddenly, Raila Junior's words began to sound less like a gesture and more like a quiet defiance against the party's headliners.
The line is drawn. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friend.
What many don't know is that Gachagua had already planned a private trip to Bondo to lay a wreath at Raila's grave. After Kahiga's video went viral, ODM members called it hypocrisy. Pressure built. Then Wanga's warning landed, publicly and unmistakably. Within hours, Gachagua's team confirmed he had cancelled the visit. In political language, that was retreat, but also calculation, because stepping into Bondo after being branded unwelcome could have turned the condolence into confrontation. Still, the optics were clear. ODM had split over who gets to define respect for Raila Odinga, the family, or the party.
Kahiga has drawn the line. To mock, he has crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed that line now. To mock Raila Odinga in his death, to mock him in his life, we could respond. But to mock him in his death, any person who associates with Gachagua, with Kahiga, with that lot, can never ever be our friend, because the principle is the enemy, the friend of your enemy is your enemy.
Behind these public statements lies a deeper fight: control of Raila's political inheritance. Raila Junior's tone suggests a generational shift: inclusivity, openness, national healing. Wanga's tone, however, signals continuity, loyalty, boundaries, and strict party discipline. Both claim to protect Raila's legacy, but their methods couldn't be more different. ODM insiders whisper that the tension between the new voice and the old guard is growing. And in Kenyan politics, every word uttered during mourning can reshape alliances for years, because this isn't just about who speaks for ODM. It is about who speaks for the memory of Raila Odinga.
We continue to mourn the passing of our leader, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Prime Minister, the second Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. We continue to have a very, very heavy heart. It is not a load or a burden that is easy to bear, but for the family, I know these visitations from all over the country, led by national leaders, including Governor Lusaka, His Excellency Governor Lusaka, Kenneth Lusaka, is a matter that is very important to the community and the family, because they bring their condolences and give hope and comfort to those who bear this burden more directly.
So here we are, one family, one party, two directions. Raila Junior opens the gate of Bondo to everyone, even former rivals. Gladys Wanga warns that not all are welcomed. Between those two positions lies Kenya's political crossroads: inclusivity or vengeance, legacy or loyalty. And as the dust settles in Bondo, one truth is clear: Raila may be gone, but his name is still deciding Kenya's future. For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.